Have you ever thought that in Rimworld, the colonists require to have some form of recreation? They need food, they need clothing, and many other things. But one thing they never have is they need to go to the loo. Well, this is the mod, if you're interested, of making them even more realistic, then this is the mod for you. Dubs Bad Hygiene. Now, before we go into this, there is two styles of this mod. Number one is Dubs Bad Hygiene Light. Now, this adds the need to go to the loo without the management of all other aspects of this mod. So, for example, what I mean by this is all you need to do is make a toilet and also a place to wash their hands, and that'll be it. Whereas if you have the real full mod called Dubs Bad Hygiene, that is on screen now, we have many things to consider. So it adds a heck of a lot of realism and also another mechanic in order to maintain your colony. Originally, you have food, mood, recreation, beauty, comfort, and this is another mod. So there's quite a few things that you need to add on. So why not add on bladder and hygiene, especially if you are fairly familiar with Rimworld. This just adds a unique touch to the gameplay, as you will have to make them bathrooms. Now, here is all of the things that you can have from the mod. Well, to a degree. There is also a few others, such as temperature. There's outdoor cooler units, ceiling fans, towel rails, boilers and thermostats. All of these are also additional, but the main things for the main addition to the mod is use of water and poo. So, of course, as you may imagine, we have, for hygiene's sake, we have bathtubs, steel showers. You can create compost from your condensed poo. You can create, you need water wells to pump out. Deep water wells access more water in the area, as we can see here. So if I go to the water wells, here is the map. Okay, for some reason it's proving me wrong. Well, there's two uses for this. So there is pollution that can occur inside of water, right? So if we have, say, some form of pollution in the atmosphere, this would be bad. Whereas we would need to get to deep water well in order to stop problems. Now, the way that this mod works is similar to comfort or any other level, especially mainly towards recreation. So as the recreation goes down, the higher the need they need for it. We have bladder and hygiene. So hygiene increases the risk of the person getting diseases and also infections from getting a wound. Bladder is to do with comfort, but also it is again to do with getting diseases, but they will be it'll increase their break threshold or encourage breaks inside of the game. So let's get straight to it. This is how your bathroom would probably look when you start the game. We have small latrines and a primitive well. Now this is the basic of basic setups, as this needs to be handheld emptied. There is actually an option to plumb, but we'll get into plumbing shortly. Now, what this does is this has a 0% pit, which if we get, say, one of these to use it, is anybody able to use it? So if we get one to use it, and then after Moridagnir number 1 has used it, we'll get the second one to use it. Use this one. And then we can click on the pit. As you can see, it has gained 6%. Now, until they have maxed it out, there is no way to display what would happen, but all in all, you'll literally just have to have someone who is assigned to, I think it's cleaning, go and empty the latrine. So what you would get from the empty latrine is something known as fecal sludge. Now, fecal sludge has a few different ways to be used. The first one is it can be converted into biofuel. Now, I've done this in one of my playthroughs, if you are watching this from one of my playthroughs, but this is a easy way of gaining the biofuel that you may need for creating alcohol or for fueling your biofuel generators. The second thing that you can use this for is to kick it over, which will literally just cause massive problems in your colony. You don't really want to do this unless you have too much of it. And then the final and probably the best one for this is to create fertilizer. So we can actually fill the biosolid composter and bring it over to here. They will fill it up with the fecal sludge, and then this will slowly start composting. It does need to be within the valid temperature range in order to become compost. However, this is another use which makes growing zones insanely good, like absolutely nuts. As you can see, we can designate areas to actually fertilize. So if we go like this, all of these areas will be fertilized, and that on top of having an irrigation sprinkler, especially if you have tilled soil, gets to some insane values. So as you can see already, we have an irrigation sprinkler that it has already increased it to 242%, which when it is active for the first time, this goes all the way up to 300%. So this is massive in terms of farming, especially for those longer growing farm things. It's quite difficult. We've also got a burn pit. Again, that's another way of getting rid of it. The only problem is, I don't know if it's going to show here, because, here we go. So let's just have a look at this. Eliminates fecal sludge by burning it as fuel. This can be used for disposing of corpses as well, which I didn't know. But colonists become sick if they spend too much time near burning waste. So there's a massive downside of burning it. Fortunately, it doesn't actually create pollution for you, but it does in fact have quite a few problems. So here we will go over to the next bathroom. So the bathrooms can be steel showers, steel toilets, and basins. You can customize it however you want. I chose steel just because. And then there's also another form of recreation that is added by this mod, known as a swimming pool. So if we go to recreation, we have the steel swimming pool. There's also a washing machine, a hot tub, a fueled sauna. So does this? Well, that's really cool. You can actually get a washing machine that allows you to wash tainted gear. So if you find someone who's got really good tainted gear from a raid, or they unfortunately died, then you can literally have somebody put it into a washing machine and then have it for your own without having the debuff, of course. And then there's also electric saunas, fueled saunas, and so forth, which have to be into a room, but I'm sure they won't be the greatest having it go up to 60 degrees, considering some people do just end up with heat stroke. But I think that can be manageable anyway. So let's get to the design of this bathroom. Of course, it's very basic. You can fit these sort of things into the design, but we're going more into the way that it works rather than actual design here. So for design, well, for a layout, what you want to do is you want to be plumbing with the steel plumbing, or whatever you want to use as plumbing. I'm using steel. You can use wooden plumbing, although I don't know how realistic that feels, because wooden plumbing would literally just rot. Anyway, so we have a setup. Then what this does is it pulls it out of the ground from here. I have overlapped this. This is a bit of a mistake on my part, but this was just to try and get it as condensed as possible to show you all. And these pumps, so we have the water well combined with an electric pump. What this does is, using these pumps, it will push it out. And you can push it directly to the huge water tower, which will slowly fill up. However, if I were to have it directly connected to the water tower, so let's go and remove plumbing. If I remove these two, and then steel plumb towards here, let's just speed this up and get them to do this. Have they sorted it? Any second now. Come on. Wait. We need to remove the plumbing here. Remove the plumbing here and here, so there's no treatment. And there we go. Is it going to change? Are you really not going to change? There's no reason why this isn't changing. Come on. There we go. So untreated small disease risk. So that is the problem with having that, but this is unlocked later. It's very minimal in how the disease risk works, but once we put this on, and it runs for a few seconds, there we go. As you can see, treated and safe. So this will allow us to have completely fresh water for both drinking, for washing hands, and cleaning of any form, which again is great, but there is a problem of there will be a backup of sewage. So from here, this is going to cause sewage to go into the pipes. Now, this isn't like oxygen not included. The way that this works doesn't actually need conflicting pipes or moving pipes around individually to try and prevent the sewage mixing with the fresh water. It's not that advanced, although that could be a cool expansion if they did want to consider that, having separate piping, or you have to somehow have like toggles. But yeah, literally what we can do is, as long as the steel plumbing is connected to this, because this needs water to run, as well as it also needs to pump out the sewage that's been made. So what we do here is it will bring this to a sewage treatment plant. Now, sewage treatment is the higher up version. The first one you would have is a septic tank, and before the septic tank you would literally have a steel sewage outlet, which, so long as it's exposed to the air, it will slowly spread in, especially if it's near trees, water or rain. It will actually start to disappear. It's another way of removing it rather than burning it in a burning zone. So this is how to completely refresh it. It'll go through the sewage system into the treatment plant, then back down to the huge water tower, as long as everything is connected via plumbing. So overall, that is most of the mod. The next thing is we have fire sprinklers and other aspects of it. Well, we have litter boxes, we have water tubs, we have latrines, again those are the basic ones, plumbing valves, which are connections for opening and closing, which I feel like this is a start to where it becomes more like oxygen not included, but it's still not completely in there, as I seem to be getting away with all of this via it just being safe, because it is treated and it's also sewage treated. So one thing that you don't want to do as well is don't drain it while this has things inside of the sewage treatment, as it will pour sewage all over the place. So this setup, don't copy my setup, just go along with, you just need one of these and then this will have enough, or one of these which pumps massive amounts because this has still got a higher liter capacity. But there is lots of pros to this mod. Again, there is a second mod which is known as Dubs Hygiene Light, which that allows you to skip all of the plumbing aspects and not have to manage the sewage. But this is if you want a hyper realistic experience on top of all of the other colony management aspects of Rimworld. So I hope this has clarified what this mod's like. I do really like this mod. I'd probably rate this like a 9 out of 10, just because of maybe an 8 out of 10, because there's some more plumbing aspects that I feel like it would be worth, especially for the full version. And there is just a lot of things that are useful in this mod, as well as managing. So it's sort of counterbalancing the problems you have to deal with the benefits you can reap, especially this temperature. Is it the temperature one? No, it's the recreation, isn't it? So especially this, I'm definitely going to be using this in one of my playthroughs very soon, because tainted gear is by far one of my worst enemies, especially if it's a good set of armor. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what mod you want to see next, and I will see you all next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.